All right, in this lesson, we're going to learn about Boolean variables and a little bit about using Boolean expressions. So I'm going to go to New, More, Drive Notepad. I'm going to make a new class. I'll name it Public Class Boolean Variables, and I'll make my main method public static void main string array args. Whoops. And all right, now I'm going to save my class boolean variables.java, hit enter and save, and now it's already saving this. So, and making all the nice colors, it detected that it was in Java language. So first I'll start by declaring my variables. All right, I've got my integers. I'll make ints a, b, and I only need a and b. Now here I'm going to make my new variable type we're looking at, and this is type Boolean. So a Boolean, I'll name it maybe f. Booleans only hold the values true or false, and they're a special. Actually, I'll make two booleans. Maybe I'll make boolean f and I'll make boolean e. True and false, it can kind of be thought of as 1 or 0, and we'll think about that more later when we look at Boolean algebra. But in the Java programming language, booleans can only hold the special value true or the special value false. So let's say I want to say e is equal to true, and you can see this special value true, when I write it out, it doesn't just come up as black, it switches to this special color. That's because this is a reserved word in the Java programming language. So it changes that color so you know not to kind of mess with it. Same thing, if I instead set it equal to facile, doesn't work, but false, it will change that color into that. All right, so we've already seen our 4 different operations with my integers or even my doubles. I can do plus, minus, multiplication, or division. We're now also going to see Boolean expressions that I can do. So the things we're going to see in this video is going to be this less than symbol, the greater than symbol. There's also less than or equal to, and then there's greater than or equal to. So, all right, I'm going to reset e. Oh, first, let me initialize some more variables. So here I'm going to initialize my variables, and that just means give them a starting value. So I'll set maybe a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 4. Okay, so to use these Boolean comparison symbols, let's just try something like this. Maybe e is equal to the outcome of saying 3 is less than 4. So I'm saying e is equal to 3 is less than 4. Well, 3 definitely is smaller than 4, so this should be storing true in my variable e. Okay, that sounds good. What if I said f is equal to 4 less than 3? So now this is saying 4 is less than 3. Well, if I look at this expression, this is not a true statement. This is false. 4 is not less than 3. So it should be storing false in my variable f. Well, let's test it and see if that works out. So I'll do system.out.println, and I'll print out e is holding, and then a space, and I'll concatenate that e, and I'll then do system.out.println f is, and I'll just make this one shorter, f. Let's see what happens. Control A, Control C to copy this. let's bring it to our online compiler and hold Control, hit V, paste it in here. Let's compile and execute this. Successfully compiled. So then here I said E is equal to the result of 3 is less than 4. And yeah, look at that. It's holding the value true. I said to print out E is holding, and then whatever that value over there is. And E is holding the value true. And then here on the next line, I said F is equal to the result of this inequality. 4 is less than 3. Well, that's a false statement. 4 is not smaller than 3. So F would then be holding the value false. And indeed, when we print it out, it said F is, and then false. If I want to try the less than or greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, maybe I can set, that's funny, I said 3 and 4 instead of A and B. Maybe I'll set A equal to 4 also. I'll make a new Boolean, maybe E, F, G, sure. And I will say G is equal to the result of A is less than or equal to B. So is 4 less than or equal to 4? It definitely is. So we should be storing the value of true in my variable G. So this will be the last thing we're going to do in this video. Let's take a look. System.out.println G has the value, let me do a double concatenation here. And I'll put G in it. So I'm saying G has the value, whatever the value of G is, and then I'll concatenate again in it. And notice I'm leaving a little space here and a space here so that I don't just get that value crunched up next to the E and crunched up next to the I here. I want to leave that space so it looks kind of nice. I'll save it, Control A, Control C, come over to my compiler, click in there, Control A, Control V. I've got this new thing. Let's compile and execute. And let's see what's going on. I have an error. Empty character literal system to out. G has no variable. Oh, oops. What's going on over here? I accidentally put some quotes outside, didn't put a semicolon. Let's Control C, click in here, Control A, Control V, and I've got my semicolon there. Let's see if we don't have that error anymore. Fantastic. It compiled successfully. And here it says G has the value of space, whatever the value of G is, and it's saying the value of G is true, and then a little space, and then init, init, which is what I typed there. So if I say 4 is less than or equal to 4, because A and B are both 4, it's going to be true, and that's exactly what it did. So this was our introduction video on Booleans. There's a lot more with them, and this is starting to get to, we're going to be able to start doing cool things with our programs really, really soon.